No prison time. That's the decision reached at Bowe Bergdahl's sentencing hearing today. Bergdahl is the U.S. Army sergeant held captive by the Taliban for 5 years after he deserted his Afghanistan outpost back in 2009. Bergdahl pleaded guilty last month to charges of desertion and misbehavior before the enemy. Today, a U.S. military judge ruled Bergdahl will receive a dishonorable discharge, and his rank will be reduced from sergeant to private. He's also required to pay a $1,000 fine from his salary for the next 10 months. President Trump reacted immediately by tweeting this, quote, "The decision on Sergeant Bergdahl is a complete and total disgrace to our country and to our military," close quote. Let's go to our CNN correspondent, Nick Valencia. He's over at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, watched all of this unfold. Nick, first of all, do we know how Bergdahl reacted to the sentence?
Well, on his way into court, he was very tense, Wolf, and he was flanked by his defense attorneys as the judge read this verdict. He was reportedly clenching his jaw as that sentence was read out loud. His defense attorneys looking at each other, showing a little bit of a smile. This is exactly what they had hoped for. They had suggested a dishonorable discharge while the prosecution was seeking up to 14 years. Bergdahl was facing up to life in prison after last month pleading guilty to behaving inappropriately, misbehaving in front of the enemy, as well as pleading guilty to desertion. All of the conditions of his sentence will be go into effect immediately, with the exception of his dishonorable discharge. Eugene Fidel, his civilian attorney, tells me that they plan on appealing the sentence. He says even though that's what he wanted, this dishonorable discharge, his client has a conviction on his record which he believes should be wiped clean. This sentence will be reviewed by the convening authority here. In this case, it's General Robert Abrams, I should say. He'll review the sentence. He's the convening authority on this court-martial case against Bergdahl. But again, today, no jail time for Bowe Bergdahl, but he will have his rank reduced from EF5 to EF1, or I'm sorry, E1, I should say, and he's also going to be paying up to $10,000 when it's all said and done.